Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another match prediction video. How are we all doing? It's the Championship, as always, that we will be predicting. I'll quickly pop up on screen. Ollie, welcome to the stream, mate. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm not bad, thanks, Nick. Not bad. Looking forward to another weekend of football. Although, unfortunately, I'm missing it because I'm at a wedding this weekend. So I'm not going to get to enjoy the football myself. But I'm still going to look forward to seeing the results, catching up. At least I get to watch the highlights.
Nobody wants to be at a wedding when football's on.
I know they're not football people, so
yeah,
I'll never understand them.
No, me neither. At least I had the decency to do it during international break. It was 2 years in advance, so some may say I got lucky, but I think deep down I knew that it was an international break that week.
You see, I timed mine horrifically when I got married. It was fortunately during lockdown, so we couldn't have gone to the game anyway, so nobody missed out on going to a match, but it was the day United played Leeds, and I'm not sure my family have forgiven me yet.
I see. I think we lost though, didn't we?
We did, yeah. We lost 1-0. Lunchroom has a great chance in the first half, and then I think Ramsdale had a moment, passed it to their striker, if I remember correctly.
Not exactly a shock. That is Aaron Ramsdale in a tee for the first half of that season. Anyway, let's stop talking about Sheffield United because this is not a Sheffield United video, or it's not all a Sheffield United video. Let's pop up on screen the results because, Ole, as you clawed your way back last week, you've gone and thrown it all away because, as you can see on screen right now, I got 9 points and Ollie got a little old 6. So, you are now 3 points behind me. But the viewers smashed it as always, didn't they, mate? Do you want to give us the viewers' scores?
Viewers are just steaming ahead yet again. We have got a new champion this week. You know, Pete Day was a very worthy champion for a number of weeks there, but he has now lost his crown to one James Stribley, a man who's been with us from the start. A fantastic score of 11 and a shout out to the 2 second places. They drew 10 points apiece, 2 old favourites, JohnEgan.com and W&G Fan. And a shout out to W&G Fan. He loves his Wallace and Gromit. And I watched Curse of the Were Rabbit at the weekend and it still slaps. So, you know, pros and cons.
I never thought I'd heard a Yorkshireman say it slaps. I thought that's more southern and on the Sidemen channel rather than on the Sheffield United Way channel. Anyway,
you've got to try something new.
You do, and I don't think you'll be trying it again anyway.
No,
because I'm probably going to jump in and say something similar. So let's get into the predictions and talk about Birmingham City versus Queen's Park Rangers. Queen's Park Rangers, not a bad side at the moment, are they?
No, they're absolutely flying, to be honest. I think they've won 5 of their last 6. They're up to second. They've got a game in hand on Burnley, who are the leaders. So, you know, if they win that game in hand, they will go top of the league. So it's massive, that, for QPR. They've on a fantastic run of form. They also won both games against Birmingham last season. So they've got a good record against Birmingham. They're on roll, and I think they're just going to keep that going. I think they are the better team. I think Birmingham will make it tough. I think they'll win the game, but you don't.
No, I don't. Do you know what I think? I'm when I was doing these, maybe I was a little bit high on energy drinks and tea, but I've gone for Birmingham City to win this game. I just feel like it's one of them where QPR has been on such a roll. Eventually, something's got to give, and Birmingham City have not been too bad recently. And I just fancy him for this one. I just went on a feeling, and that's where I came up with 2-1 to the home side. Next up, we have Bristol. Just cover the City bit at the bottom. We've got Bristol versus Swansea. What are you seeing in this game?
Well, Swansea, you know, is it back-to-back? Is this classed as a derby? You know, they're on that border.
Nah.
I have no idea if it counts or not. However,
different countries. You can't call it a derby.
Well, you know, I'll never call Bristol City streaky again because they've completely made me look a fool. They've lost in their last 5. They're not scoring as many goals as they were before. I have completely soured on my old friends, Bristol City. And to be honest, they're going to keep losing. Swansea are a better team. They're on great form. They've won 7 of the last 9. You've got to follow the form book. 2-0 Swansea.
Yeah, you've definitely got to follow the form book, haven't you?
Oh,
Definitely.
Nick.
Another 2-1. Maybe I'm just going for all 2-1s in this prediction video.
Maybe.
No, I've gone for Bristol City. I don't know. Again, it's a feeling. It's a feeling deep down in my soul that I think that Bristol City are going to come away with the win. Again, a home victory. Let's move on before I sound even sillier. West Bromwich Albion versus Sheffield United. Oh, God. Yeah, go on, LA. Just go.
So I'm going to talk about West Brom. I'm going to forget about us, forget we exist. West Brom, they've had a shocking start. They're still in the relegation zone. Are they going to get the new manager bounce for Carlos Corberán is the question. Did a fantastic job at Huddersfield last year. He's got to do a big job in turning around confidence in this West Brom side because they've got the joint second worst home form in the division. They've been absolutely terrible. But so have United now since the international break. It seems to me that we can be good at half the game. We're either good at attacking, terrible at defending. We're terrible in the first half, good in the second half, or good at defending and terrible at attacking. We can't string together a performance, and I think this will go the same way. I think it's going to finish 1-1, and I am just hoping and praying that we can get a win.
Would you rather me win this one? Would you rather me win this one?
Yeah. I'm more than happy for you to win this one.
Yeah, to be honest, mate, I would not have normally gone for a Sheffield United win. I just feel like this could be it. I've seen. I just feel like Carlos. This isn't the game for him. Normally, that new manager bounce doesn't come in the first game. It comes after a few games, I think. I think they'll do well, West Brom, for the rest of the season. I do think they might take 1 or 2 games to get into it, hopefully. And I think after the Norwich game, I think our tails might be up a little bit. Because,
players back fit, that could be key as well.
Exactly. That is right. Let me pop a few more scores on screen. James has gone for a 2-2. I wouldn't be adverse to that. Another 1-1 there from Bryce, agreeing with you, Ollie. But I hope I'm right. Actually, I hope Wayne's right more than
I hope Wayne's right.
Wayne has got that spot on, hopefully. Next up, we've got Burnley versus Reading. And Burnley have just beaten Norwich at home, which probably what we should have done if it wasn't for Ollie McBurney's header in the last minute going straight at the feet of Angus Gunn. But yeah, Burnley-Reading. This is I wouldn't say it would have been a top-of-the-table clash pretty much a few weeks ago, but Reading have slipped down the league, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been struggling, Reading, but they did steady the ship last weekend. They beat our old friends Bristol City. So, maybe that keeps them in around the playoff spots. It just stops that rot a little bit and lets you know that actually they have still got something in the tank. They've got something to offer here. Burnley, though, are on absolute fire. I think if I was to redo my predictions now, they would be winning the league because they're on absolute flames at the moment. They're unbeaten in 15. I think they've won 4 of the last 5. So they are absolutely rolling.
So that surely means that you've gone for a Burnley win. Am I right?
No, you're not right. Because
no, I'm not right. I know I'm not right. That's why I brought it up.
You see, the one thing that's held Burnley back so far this season is they've had too many draws. They have finally been able to turn them into wins, but I just think consistently they've been shown to throw points away, and I still think they've got that little bit of a slip in them. This isn't an easy game, and so a draw will hold them back again.
Nah, disagree. Yeah, the comments are saying 1-1 there from F&G fan. W&G fan, sorry. Where F's come from. Yeah. Burnley. So W&G fan is the only one that's going with you. But yeah, I think this is a 2-0 written all over it. Now, Cardiff City versus Rotherham United. What do you make of this one?
They've both had absolute stinkers last weekend, haven't they? I know Rotherham have played since midweek, but last weekend losing at home to Hull, Jesus, that is not a great look.
But Hull are getting better and better week on week.
Well, we say this, and then they go on do an absolute stupid and lose again. So who knows where Hull are going to be? I know that at home, that's not a good result for Rotherham. Cardiff as well, losing the derby, losing it in not great fashion. Callum Robinson getting sent off so early on. I just think both of these will want to try and steady the ship. They'll both be fairly happy taking a point. Rotherham were robbed midweek. They should have beat Coventry. Terrible refereeing decision has absolutely stolen points from them. But I still think they'll be happy to take a point here. I think Cardiff will be happy to take a point. And so I'm saying 0-0.
No, another 2-1 for me. Loving a 2-1 home win this week. Let's move on to Coventry because there's no way on earth that I can give another 2-1 home win, surely.
Oh, Nick.
And Ollie's gone for a massive draw.
Let me read some scores to you, Nick. 3-1 win, 3-3 draw, 3-1 defeat, 4-2 win. That's 20 goals in Blackpool's last 4 games. That's insane. They can attack fantastically and they cannot defend at all. So this is one of those games that's just got goals written over it. If I had a klaxon, it would be going goals because that's what's coming in this game. And I wish I'd not done it. Change your face. I'm not doing it again. So
I'm glad you're not doing it again. Wow. That will be on the internet forevermore. Guys, bookmark this video, game week 18, when Ollie went...
The point I lost my mind.
I thought that were your dog for a second doing that.
If only I could have had that excuse.
Yeah, true. Next, let's move on to Huddersfield and Millwall, because are you going to do your Millwall klaxon as well? Because surely you've gone for another Millwall win.
You're damn right I've gone for another Millwall win. Sometimes you've got to go with a form book, Nick. You seem to love a home win. You love going against the form.
At least it's not 2-1.
At least it's not 2-1. Some Millwall stats for you. They've scored 13 goals from set pieces this season. That is 6 more than any other team in the league. They've won 4 in a row. They're unbeaten in 5. They are just on such good form. Whereas Huddersfield are bottom of the league, not in great form, don't look like a good team. This is my banker. I'm banking it.
Banker?
I'm a banker, an away banker.
Wow, that shouldn't exist, to be honest, an away banker. But fair enough, mate. I appreciate your steely grit to predict something crazy. Well, I say it's crazy. You do it every week. Next up, let's do Hull City versus Blackburn. Blackburn on form at the moment.
Yeah, they're another team who's just flying at the minute. You know, we've been slagging Hull off for weeks, but we referenced it earlier. They've actually turned it around. They have got a little bit better. Just because I like a bit of Millwall, Wayne. You don't need to call me out. But yeah, we've been slagging Hull for weeks, but they've got a lot better. 4 goals, obviously, last week at Rotherham is fantastic for them. It's a real sign of turning it around. And even though Oscar Estupinian couldn't get amongst the goals, they had 6 goal scorers in their last 2 games. This is another one of those where there are goals in it. I'm not going to ring the klaxon, but I'm going for a big game. 1 for the neutral and a 4-3 Blackburn.
Wow, that is crazy. I think that it's another week where Hull City managed to pick up some points. They're on a roll at the moment, and or a bit of a roll. And yeah, I think they're going to come away with at least a point, if not 3. Because
would that be Blackburn's first draw?
Oh, damn! I wish you wouldn't have said that. It's definitely not going to be now. Next up, Luton Town versus Sunderland. What are you thinking for this one?
Another tricky one to predict, to be honest. Obviously, Luton were going great. They were in fantastic form and then took an absolute beating last weekend from Watford. We know that Watford are capable of doing it to anyone. It doesn't shake my belief that Luton are a very good team. And I think they'll win this. But Sunderland are another of these teams who've just got those random stats. I pointed out Millwall's set-piece statistics. Do you want to know Sunderland's set-piece statistics?
Go on.
They've not scored any goals from set pieces. They've got the second most goals in the league from open play and none from set pieces at all. So it's just not a good part of their game. But I think it's something that Luton can take advantage of. They're a big team and they can really get on top of you. And I think this is a home win. Tough one to predict, but 2-1 Luton. Yeah,
I've gone 1-0 Luton. I think they've just got enough. And I know why you've gone for a goal for Sunderland, because Sunderland like scoring goals and they like conceding goals. But I just had a feeling. Again, I had a feeling. Now, Norwich versus Stoke City.
What's happened to us this
I
week?
feel like we're both drunk. I really do feel like we're both drunk. And I must be drunk because yet again, I've gone for a 2-1 home win.
A 2-1 home win, and you've backed Norwich to win. Like,
do you know what? I don't think they were great against Burnley, but I think they really, really took the game to us. And I feel like they were just a bit scared of Burnley. So I think they're going to get back to winning ways here, scoring a couple of goals. And I think they'll back to winning ways, back up the league.
They could do. I'm going to draw. You know, they've not won in 6. I think it's going to be 7, and I think Dean Smith is in big, big trouble. I think against United last week, you're right that Norwich tried to take the game to us, but ultimately we've handed them 2 goals on a plate, given them a fairly straightforward 2-goal lead, and they weren't able to hold on to it against a team in terrible form. And as you said earlier, McBurney could very well have won that for United last week. And so I'm a little bit worried about Norwich. They are on the slide a bit. I expect a draw and a change of manager coming fairly soon.
Ooh, Chris Wilder going all the way over to Norwich, I wonder. He's not going to Norwich. He's not going to Norwich.
Surely not.
That's way too far away for him. Next up, let's go for PNE versus Middlesbrough. Just talking.
Do you want an update, Nick?
Yes, I do. Haaland versus PNE. Haaland versus PNE.
So, after they scored 2 goals last week against Blackpool, Haaland, of course, got 2 goals. And so Preston are up to 11 goals in 17 championship games. Haaland has a lovely little bit of symmetry. He's got 17 goals in 11 Premier League games.
Oh, fantastic.
So they're mixing it up. They've got a nice little bit of symmetry there. But he might be injured. You know, he struggled midweek. He didn't play the full game. And is he injured? Who knows? But I still don't think that regardless, Preston are going to catch up, because it's time for Preston to do a Preston 0-0.
There we go, 0-0. I think Preston have got more than it takes to win this game, to be honest. Again, new manager bounds, not for me. I think he's going to lose his first game. I think they will do well. I think they've got some good players. I do actually think that he'll do well too, old Woody. But not in this game. And finally, let's talk about all things Wigan versus Watford, Battle of the Wubble-Yous.
The Battle of the Wubble-Yous. A big one this weekend when the Wubble-Yous meet. Wigan, second worst home form in the league. That is not a great look for a newly promoted side who you expect to be really banking on their home form. They've lost 6 after their last 8. They'd had a great start, but I am worried about them now. Watford, I've just got no thoughts. They're either brilliant or they're terrible, and I cannot tell you what they're going to be from game to game. I'm going this entirely on Wigan's form, and I think Watford win 3-1.
There you go. And I think Watford are going to be terrible in this game, but somehow still scrape a draw because Wigan are that bad. So that is us all done. 4-0 Watford. Wayne is on our wavelength with them either being really good or really terrible. Chris is on your wavelength. So is Gaza. No one's on my wavelength, unfortunately. Oh, there's a 2-1 Wigan there. Wow, wowzers. Also a 2-0 Watford from James. So there we go. Yeah.
We have it.
Fair enough. I absolutely love doing this video. I absolutely love looking at the scores afterwards and marrying them up with everybody else's and yours.
And seeing that you beat me.
Yeah, every week. Every week. I absolutely love it. If you love it too, let us know in the comments and also give us all your predictions too. We welcome them. And Ollie may give you a shout out at the start of next video, just like he did for James. Well done, James. 11 out of, I shouldn't have said out of, should I? 3 times 12. 36, I think.
That's quick maths.
It were very slow maths and very easy maths as well. But yeah, 30, that's a lot of points, isn't it? And we don't get anywhere near that, I think. What's the most we've ever got?
15. I've still got the record. I've got the record high and the record low.
Well done, mate.
Although Statman did well this week with his 1 point. He tried to equal that record low score.
There you go. And Bryce seems to think that Burnley will win the league. Yeah, that's a bit of a shout at this moment in time. Anyway, thank you very much, Ollie. As always, you've been fantastic.
No worries. Thank you very much for having me. Apologies for the little dog licking my face halfway through. I think I just styled it out, though.
You definitely styled it out because I didn't even take any notice of it whatsoever. So that's not a problem. You should really apologise more for the klaxon sound than the dog.
Yeah, I'll never do it again. Don't worry, viewers. I'll never do it again.
Well, to be honest, I gave you a little out because I went for Battle of the Wubble U's, so I'll never do that again either. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.